Hello, I'm Hetty, founder of the Modern Sewing Co. I wanted to share some of our top 5 reflections on the last 5 years because this month is our 5th birthday, which is really exciting. I can't quite believe we're 5 already. And also can't believe we're only 5 because I feel like I've been doing this for a very long time. So excited to share my reflections on the last 5 years as a business owner. I'm planning to appear a lot more on YouTube and put a little bit of time and energy into sharing my personal behind the scenes sewing stories. I started last week with documenting a really cool new jacket that we're going to be launching in the autumn. And so I'm really excited to share in this way because as the business has grown, I have slightly less contact with people, and the contact I do have, I think, is very professional, and I'm really sharing sort of expertise and guidance, and this feels like a nice natural way to connect with our lovely audience again. So keep an eye out in the next few months for some sewing studio diaries, which I'm excited to make. So back to our top 5 reflections on the last 5 years. The first one is actually personal growth. So we're going to start with me. 5 years ago, we were pretty much coming out of the pandemic. We're in a very different place, and I was in a very different place in my career. I had a period of 2 years working on my own for myself as part of the Modern Sewing Co. journey, and previous to that, I had run a clothing brand that was hugely demanding to run, really, really hard work, really rewarding as well, so much fun. But it really got very hard in the pandemic. So coming out of that the other side with this beautiful business, with this amazing community and, I don't know, real purpose in what we're doing, it was really positive. But I had 2 years of working on my own, and I think I needed that to kind of reflect and build my confidence again, think about what I was doing and bring it back to just the making. I spent 2 years just sewing clothes for myself, writing instructions, filming some new workshops, and just coming back to the product and the clothes and the purpose in the clothes. And I really needed that. And then from there, I've luckily been able to grow a team. And that's enormously challenging, learning how to manage a team when I have been pretty much self-employed a lot of my adult life. So I'm really pleased with how much I've learned over the last 5 years. There's still a long way to go. But when I look back and I look at this sort of doubting, self-doubting shell of a self, I would say, after the pandemic and after my business closure, I'm really pleased with what we've been able to do and what I've been able to do as I've grown this business. The second reflection is about how the world has changed. So, as I mentioned, we came out of the pandemic. When the business started, the world needed entertainment and it needed light at the end of the tunnel. It needed to reconnect with crafts and activities and hobbies to bring some enjoyment into everyday life as we were all locked up in our homes. So that was a very different place to where we are now. And given we're still in a horrendous drought here in the UK and in Europe, the world's in a different place, and I'm very worried about the climate and the effect fashion has on it, and the effect the way we live our lives has on it. And I've started to feel quite hopeless again, and I realise I lost that drive in sustainability. And so the drought over the past few months has really brought me back to that. I had started to really lose that as an intention, and I'd started to buy the odd clothes here and there because I don't have time to make all the clothes I want. And I've started to lose that passion for sustainable fashion. And I think I'm coming back to that now, and I think the world needs it. It's absolutely terrifying, the temperatures and the lack of rain we've had. And that has really, really kickstarted me. And so while sustainability was a huge driving force 10 years ago when I started my first business, I'm now sort of back round full circle to this is our biggest mission as a business. And I think the world's, it's changed a lot in 5 years. The sole focus isn't COVID and getting out the pandemic. It's now how can we live better and create more sustainable wardrobes. The third reflection is having a purpose, and our purpose has been the same from day one. It's about creating beautiful patterns and designs and teaching people how to sew them to a really high standard. And I'm really proud that our purpose hasn't changed. I think a lot of businesses have to sort of rethink their purpose or their direction, which is fair enough. As situations change, as the world changes, you have to evolve and adapt. We haven't had to adapt at all. Our mission is exactly the same. And so that is really nice to reflect on. The world's changing, but we haven't. And I think it kind of speaks to how timeless our values are and our products are. And so that's something I'm really proud of. The fourth highlight is our team, and growing a team over the last 3 years has just been so wonderful. It's just brought a whole new dimension to what we do. I'm one person. My ideas are limited, my expertise is limited. And so bringing in people with such great ideas and great energy to kind of add to our business engine is amazing. And it never ceases to amaze me how much better they are at lots of different things than me, and how much richer our business is from the expertise and talent and just passion from our lovely team. So now we've got a team of 5, including me, not all of which are full-time, but all of which give their absolute dedication and commitment and belief in this business. And it's such a privilege to work with them. And I think it's made me raise my own game, because making their careers worthwhile in being part of the Modern Sewing Co is it's a challenge, and I'm really grateful that they want to be part of the journey. The last highlight is about our community, and our community is just so wonderful, and they're all just really positive. I know the difference from running a clothing business where the customers are lovely, but it's not the same connection. And moving to this business, this is part of people's passion and their hobbies. They're emotionally invested in their hobbies and sewing. And so you just build these beautiful relationships with people. Many of our customers we know by first name. When I see their pictures on Instagram and I see their emails, we kind of have that relationship, and it's a really nice community to be part of. One of the main things I think in the next 5 years is inspiring more people to sew. And I've got 2 missions with that. So one mission is to get more young people sewing. So the next generation, how can we upskill the next generation so that sewing their own clothes can be totally normal? So that's a real challenge. And the other side of it is reconnecting sewists who used to sew 20, 30 years ago, who haven't touched a machine while they were raising children, having a family, having their careers, and they come back to it later in life, and we get the most beautiful emails from those customers, and we're just as excited about that generation getting back into sewing as we are with the younger generation starting to sew. So there's a lot to look forward to, and there's a lot for us to put on our to-do list to achieve it, but I think it's been a really lovely 5 years of running this business, and there's been a lot of challenges, and you know, a lot of things I've had to learn, but on the whole it's been pretty good 5 years. And so here's to another 5 years, and I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope we can continue to connect on YouTube, and have a lovely day.